Would you use something that could possibly be a human life to aid in something like your blood or tissue damage? Today there is a concern about the use of embryonic stem cells and for other human developments when they could still be human lives. Embryonic stem cells are cells that are derived from the undifferentiated inner mast cells. They are also pluripotent, which means they can become any type of cell or grow into any type of cell. This is why there's a big interest in embryonic stem cells today. They bring hope for new treatments in diseases and understanding the human development and differentiation. There is also a concern for using them because the human embryo is a life, and a human life is protected under the law, basically saying that if you kill an embryo, which is a human life, that could be seen as murder. While the use of embryonic stem cells can be good, there are also negative effects, and today we will be looking at both sides for the argument.
Following fertilization, the developing embryo contains a group of cells known as the inner cell mass that will eventually go on to form all tissues of the body. However, at this early stage of development, these cells have not yet committed to become a specific type of cell and are said to be in an undifferentiated state. If the cells of the inner cell mass are isolated, they can grow indefinitely in a plastic dish and maintain this undifferentiated state. These cells are known as embryonic stem cells, or ES cells. Like cells in the developing embryo, ES cells retain the ability to form any type of cell in the adult body. Thus, ES cells are said to be pluripotent. By studying the signals required to control how ES cells develop into specific cell types, scientists may be able to develop therapies capable of restoring damaged tissues.
The use of embryonic stem cell is mainly used for curing diseases, birth defects, spinal cord injury, and replacing or repairing damaged organs. The differentiated of embryonic stem cells can be directed into a specific cell type, which can be used to treat different types of diseases. Stem cells can also regrow organs lost because of accidents, diseases, or tissue damage. Stem cells can also initiate the reproduction of other cells in the body. While embryonic stem cells are wanting to be used for positive benefits, there are also many negative effects that can come with it. According to Stanford philosophy, a premise of the argument against killing embryos is that human embryos are human beings. The use of embryonic stem cells raises concerns about the protection of human life and if the process will work or not. The main issue seen with the use of embryonic stem cells is that the embryos are still seen as babies or eggs that could grow into babies eventually. The process derives cells from human embryos through a process of disassembling the embryos from the rest of the egg or the cell. The other issue with using embryonic stem cells is the cell can be rejected from the body because they were not originally one of those type of cells. And because they are differentiated into something different, the process could work or it could fail. There are also solutions that could be made to benefit both sides of the argument. While there are pros and cons of embryonic stem cells, there are also some solutions that have been made. One of the Nobel Peace Prize recipients is Sir John Gurdon of the University of Cambridge. In 1962, Gurdon transferred a nucleus from an adult frog cell into a frog egg cell, or a baby frog cell. The egg developed into a normal tadpole, showing that the DNA from a specialized adult cell could be reprogrammed to function in developing embryos. Also, there is a solution of stem cells and organ transplants. What are some solutions that you can think of, and how do you feel about if embryonic stem cells, which could possibly be humans, being used for something else?
I don't know. Well, since it came from the parent, they should have a say in what they want to happen to the embryonic stem cell. If they still feel like they have a connection with the embryo and they don't feel that it should be used for research, then they shouldn't use it for research. But if a parent wants to donate their embryo to research, then that should be their option.
I think that it's like a pro-life type thing. Like, is it based on people want to actually kill a baby embryo to decide if they want to see if it works or not? Because it's really just a way and seesaw to see like whether it works or not, whether you want to kill a child to try. And I think you try stem cells and stick to stem cells because embryo is too much of a risk.
Well, if you talk about embryo cells, it's basically kind of killing a human being, which for me, I mean, people saying that abortion is stop abortion, so it's basically killing a child. But if you're using this to basically heal organs or something of the body, you know, I don't know if that's okay with my perspective, because you're killing a human being, which could be something for the future. So I prefer if they can think of more, something new, instead of this.
As far as using this type of technology of using like embryo, I guess it'll be a better way of, you know, using what you would do for abortion instead of, you know, just killing them off. You can just use those stem cells to heal any stem cells that can be repaired, since they can be repaired like any other cell could.
And so with the embryos and the scientists that studying them, they should have, like, they should be certain that there will be a positive result. If they know that it's uncertain that a positive result may or may not occur, then they should stop risking it and just use another type of cell.
So while there are pros and cons of the use of embryonic stem cells, there are also some solutions that have been made. One of the, like I said, with Joe Gurdon, and he used the frog cell and he made the embryo cell and it made a normal tadpole. So there are like some positive ones that have succeeded, but there are also some that have failed where they got rejected from the body because they were not originally like a tissue cell or
Pardon this interruption.
So in conclusion, the use of embryonic stem cells can have positive and negative effects. The positive effects being that it can help treat people for many different things like diseases and tissue damage, but the negative of embryos being seen as human lives and killing human lives that's just negative altogether. So the use of embryonic stem cells should be studied more based off the pros and cons, so like there could be a better solution made to help both sides of the argument.